If we are a business owner who would like to run our business better by understanding merchandising transactions and the flow of inventory, or a business professional who would like to advance our career by knowing the system for recording inventory and processing inventory through an accounting system, or an accounting student who would like to better understand accounting concepts and work problems much faster, this course is a course for us. What will we learn? We will be covering merchandising transactions, covering what they are. We will be dealing with transactions covering merchandise, this being different than a service company, focusing in on those transactions that will differ from a service company, those transactions dealing with inventory. We're going to talk about how to record these transactions. They can be a little bit more complex and involve a couple different components to recording inventory. We'll take a look at financial statements for a merchandising company, typical financial statement being more complex, as well as the income statement in particular typically will have more components to it, having a multiple step income statement rather than a single step income statement as might be used in a service company. We're going to look at the accounting cycle. Our focus won't be on the accounting cycle specifically. Our focus here will be on the merchandising transactions within the accounting cycle. However, we will be doing this within the accounting cycle and focus on the accounting cycle when we do a comprehensive problem, tying everything together, both transactions that would be on a service company and a merchandising company in that comprehensive problem, as well as the transactions that are going to be new, are going to be added, are going to be components that would be used only in a merchandising company, those that sell inventory. We're also going to have Excel. We're going to have pre-formatted worksheets, so this isn't an Excel course, but we will have Excel problems to work through these problems and apply the skills that we have learned and learn the components, the basic components, the fundamental components of Excel, those that we need to practice all the time: addition, subtraction, cell relationships within that program. Why choose this course? Although this course will have a lot of instructional video, we will have more than just instructional video, including PDF files with much of the presentations that can be downloaded, can be read offline, and can be used as a reference and guide for future reference. We're going to have Excel practice problems. This will give a practical example, and many of the problems will have both an example sheet to show how these concepts are put together, to show it worked out in an example problem. So you can go through there and see how all the cells tie together. We'll also have an Excel sheet that will have a practice file that you can go in there and actually rework the information, looking both at the video to work through the problem with, as well as the example file to work through those problems with, learning both Excel as well as the accounting concepts as we go. We're going to have practice test questions in a couple different formats. They will be in video format, so we're just going to go through test type questions. One, multiple choice questions that may not have calculations in them. And we'll take a look at these concepts that really are easier and actually to understand within the context of the accounting cycle in a comprehensive problem. And then take a look at how we're typically tested on these things in a multiple choice short question type format, and look at how to approach those multiple choice type questions in a video format. We'll also look at short calculation type questions, which could also be formatted in terms of multiple choice questions or just short calculations, again, limiting the information and seeing how a test might put together this information and try to get to these concepts, but in short problems, test taking skills needing to be applicable in these areas. Discussion questions, we'll have more open-ended questions for discussion questions in order to facilitate discussion with myself as well as with other students to see these components from different perspectives and see people listing out what they think of them from different perspectives. Who will we be learning from? We will be learning from a practicing certified public accountant, someone who has accounting experience, teaching experience, and curriculum development experience, both on a course level as well as multiple courses that need to be put together in a logical fashion so students could get from them what they want to. Someone who has a Chartered Global Management Accountant designation, someone who has a Master's of Science in Taxation, someone who is a certified post-secondary instructor and curriculum design expert, someone who has experience putting together courses, putting together content, in both a course as well as multiple courses in a way that students can flow through them, go forward, go back, pick up from them what they want. How will we be taught? Through viewing and then doing. We will have presentation files to go through the concepts, and many of those presentation files will include PDF files, so you can read those, you can download them offline and go through them and use them as a reference as we go through the material. We're then going to include Excel practice files. Those practice files will give us an example to go through and apply the skills to a practical problem, giving an example of it so you can see how it's put together, and a file to work through the problem along with instructional videos. We'll have practice test questions, those test questions typically in that video format, to go through test-taking skills and see how this concepts that we really see in real life in a larger comprehensive question, how it would be used in test-taking skills in order to learn those test-taking skills for both multiple choice and short calculation type questions. We'll also have those discussion questions, open-ended questions in order to facilitate discussion with both the instructor as well as other students. Please join us for Financial Accounting Merchandising Transactions. It will be great.